Well, everyone's heard the script. You invest $500 a month from age 20 to age 65 and you will retire a millionaire. But most of us don't start at the age of 20. I for sure did not. In fact, even into my later ages, in the year 2013, I was in debt. What changed for me from going from in debt to becoming a millionaire wasn't a perfect stock market. It wasn't even my full-time job. It was actually a side hustle. And today I want to share with you how I used that extra side hustle money to create different income streams, to invest in the stock market. I am giving you my full blueprint so that you can do the same exact thing. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like there's not a path that you're going to get to that beautiful life that you dream of, I've been there too. And I wish somebody would have told me this when I was going through that period of time. So here's what we're talking about today. First, my 5-step side hustle framework that you can literally just copy and paste. We're going to talk about real math versus the old myth, and we're going to follow up with a 30, 60, 90-day action plan that I want you to commit for this one thing. I want you to 30, 60, 90 days, you're going to be commenting down below, and that's our accountability right here on this video. So let's go back to that old rule. Let's get right to it. So $500 a month is all you need, age 20 to age 65. It's assuming that you're starting early, that somehow you knew to start, and somehow you had the money to start at age 20, am I right? And then you're going to wait 45 years. And the reality is that's not how life works. People start late, there's detours, there's setbacks. And I don't know, what bothers me the most is that who wants to wait to age 65 to enjoy their life? I became a millionaire not because of my full-time job, not because of any of that. It was because I decided I needed extra income. See, our full-time jobs are what create our expenses, right? So for example, you got a car payment, you got a house payment, you got like the monthly credit card bills, you got the monthly Netflix, all that kind of stuff that we do. We typically take our job income and we pay the bills. What happens above and beyond that? When we start investing, like for example, the $5 a day investing challenge, how do you get from that little bit to scaling up to a massive, massive portfolio that buys you freedom so that you can then get to a point where you can decide if you want to work or not? How do you get to that point? So the side hustles is what I found. And I started first by paying off debt. The year was 2013. I was in the hole by over $100,000. I started, believe it or not, with a network marketing company because I didn't know any better, but that's where I started, multi-level marketing. You're looking back, I'm not part of that anymore, but looking back, I will tell you, yes, it's hard because you have to go out and find other people to work with you, and that's just not my jam. But I will tell you one thing, it taught me a lot. And what it taught me was how to do the internet, how to source things out, how to do YouTube videos. This started, it was almost like a little bit of a university. Sure, I made some money with it, but every single dollar that I made with it, I actually turned around and I started paying off my debt with that extra money from network marketing. Then what I did is I started doing other different side hustles. I've talked about all kinds of different side hustles that I've done here on the channel before. Today in this video, I'm starting a new one with you for our 30, 60, 90-day action plan. So I'm not just going to talk to you. We're taking action together in today's video. But here was the plan. Take my side hustle income from the network marketing and eventually from my internet businesses and eventually from Amazon reviews and all the different things I was making money on and applying that to debt. We finally got out of consumer debt. No more student loans, credit cards, none of that. No more car debt. All of that was then gone. This is what leads us to the 5-step side hustle framework that we're unveiling today. Let's start with number 1 out of 5. You got to find what's passionate. Think about what you like doing outside of your job. Something that brings you joy. Something that you think, this might be fun to do. Then you got to get serious with that. So what are you skilled at? What are you passionate about? What could you show up every day, at first not make a lot of money, but eventually scale it up to making a lot of money? So I'm gonna do what I'm passionate about, which is building internet sites and making people's lives easier and doing YouTube videos and stuff like that. And today, I'm going to start a brand new side hustle, and it's thanks to today's sponsor, Hostinger Horizons. This is your all-in-one AI vibe coding partner to take you from clueless to superstar. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I come up with a crazy idea, I'm like, how do I actually do it? Like I have the idea, but how do I get there? Oh, this thing's going to blow your mind. And this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to keep you updated as to how this side hustle goes as we go through the next couple of months and the next couple of years. So here's my question for you. What idea if you have one now that you've been just sitting on and you're wondering, man, I want to, but what's stopping you from launching it? For me, I wanted to scale up my transaction register. Now, some of you have the transaction register. Really, all it was, or all it is an Excel document, an Excel template. So what I do every month is I track my credit card, my debit card, all that kind of stuff in a transaction register. That way, I always pay off my credit cards in full while reaping the rewards, and at the same time, make sure that I'm managing my budget to the absolute extreme. But I always thought, an Excel template, I wanted to do more with it. But then I started getting into coding, and this was about a year ago, and I'm like, I have no clue. This isn't my jam. This is the frustrating part of a side hustle. What do I do? And I'm still stuck in number 1 out of 5 here, just finding a way to earn money. I had to find a better solution, and that is where I found Hostinger Horizons. So let me walk you through exactly what we're building today. Using Hostinger Horizons, here's what we're doing first. We're going to submit an idea. Just watch and wait and see how this works. This is cool. I wanted to create a web app that serves as the transaction register. Users will be able to input or import their deposits and withdrawals throughout the month or throughout the week, whatever that is, which will then show them an active update on their checking account. So each month, they'll be able to reconcile their account while also accessing key reports that show them what they're spending their money on and tips for improving their budget. And you can see here, I'm basically typing up what I expect out of Hostinger Horizons, this AI, right? Build me a web app, build me a website. Now, here's what's wild. This is literally taking that and coding a website for you. Come up with your awesome idea. Be uniquely you. Take that idea, put it into this AI app, and let the magic happen. Now, it spit out this incredible website. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I've spent hours, days, weeks trying to actually code this bloody thing myself. And within a couple of minutes, this thing did it for me. Then what I decided to do is I want to customize it even more. So you start prompting it even more, and you can do that. So I started putting in, I want this, I want that. Everything that I had in that old Excel document that some of you have, I was saying, no, I want to make it just like this. I want users to be able to go in, select their own categories, input their own. I don't want to just force feed you to say, well, maybe your expenses every month is your mortgage and your car payment and this and that. What if you have your own expense that I never thought of that you want to track? I plugged it into the AI and it said, yeah, go ahead. You can plug in your own thing and I'll track that for you. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I am going to create my own domain with Hostinger Horizons. They get you set up with everything you need in this package. So you go in, I'm getting myself a site set up and I'm tying this together. So right at the top right-hand side, once you mess around with this, you can hit publish and boom. It's as simple and as easy as that. Then you can tie it to a domain. Or if you already have your domain tied in, you simply publish or republish as you continue to use Hostinger Horizons AI feature to continue to improve your web app, continue to improve your website. This is going to be next level, guys. Now, I'm going to keep you posted. Right now, I don't have the site ready yet, but I'm working on it in the background because I'm going to make the colors a little bit different. I'm adding a logo. I'm adding all of the things that you've shared as some feedback. So what I need you to do, though, for what we're talking about in today's video is turn your idea into a real business just along with me and what I just did. So you can get everything you need to launch your idea using Hostinger Horizons, including a web app, domain, and professional emails. Everything you need all in one place. So grab 10% off Hostinger Horizons right now with my code BobSharpe, pretty easy to remember, at checkout. Hostinger is also offering a 30-day money-back guarantee, so it's totally risk-free. So that's the point. Make sure you go ahead, take massive action, create, come back, leave a comment on what you're building so we can continue to cheer you on with what you're building with Hostinger Horizons. So now that I have a side hustle idea, and now that I hope you have a side hustle idea, what we need to talk about now is the other 4 remaining steps of the side hustle plan. So number 2 is you're going to take the money that you start generating. Now remember, you're going to get stuck on number 1 for a while. I'm just being real with you because that's what happens when you start exploring new things. The transaction register that I'm building is going to take some time. I'm going to mess with it. There's going to be parts I'm not happy about. There's going to be, potentially like billing issues. I don't know. There's just always prepare for things to go crazy. But remember your passion and remember your vision and remember your dream. So when those things happen, you can keep pushing forward. But number 2 is once you start generating income, you want to take that and eliminate your debt first and foremost. And that's exactly what I did starting way back with that network marketing company. So 100% of my side hustle money, my profit, goes into my lowest debt first. That way I can pay that debt off, celebrate it, move on to the next one. Some of you are familiar with Dave Ramsey's debt snowball, right? That's what that is. Smallest to largest debt. Celebrate those things. Keep slashing the debt down. Then you'll have money at the end of the month to actually continue to either scale up your side hustle even more, generate even more income, or move on to number 3, automate. And that's paying yourself first. So you're going to auto transfer some of your profit from the side hustle into a brokerage on payday. Avoid lifestyle creep. Because let's say you're super successful, which I want you to be. You build something cool with hosting or Horizons. You build something cool with even something physical. You do a side hustle that's physical and you're just racking in the money. You don't want to just say, hey, I have all this money now. I'm going to go and buy a new car with it. No, because that goes against our millionaire dream freedom lifestyle. The whole point of the video. Don't go joining the lifestyle creep club. Instead, automate that. Now that your debt's paid off, every month, put that into a brokerage. This is where the $5 a day investment challenge can come in. $5 a day is roughly about $150, $155 a month. So if that's all you're making out of your side hustle, you got your debt paid off, start the $5 a day. You got more than that, start investing even more. Build your wealth portfolio, and then you can move on to number 4, which is scaling up. So this is, you can start raising prices. You can start producing even more. This is where you turn your custom work into packages and retainers, and you replace the low ROI gigs with some higher ticket offers. So let's say, for example, you're going crazy. You're building something online, like we just looked at, but you're also doing like Uber on the weekends or something like that. You know, there was a point where I had 4 different side hustles going on top of my full-time job. So it was a lot. And that was like the network marketing company. I had some type of mentorship thing that I was doing, and that paid decently well. And then I had something with Amazon that wasn't paying that well. And then I had something else online that was paying decent. So I had all those 4 things happening at once. But now there's this point here, when you get to number 4 and you're scaling up, you need to decide what goes. Maybe it's Uber. If you're not making a whole lot of money with Uber, that's just like a side hustle job. Why not build a side hustle entrepreneurial career with something that you're owning? Now you can put more time and effort into that because you have debt paid off, you have your automation going on, and you can think to yourself, oh my gosh, now I can start building that up and adding more features to it, and then potentially charging people more money because I'm giving people more value. That is ultimately what you're trying to do in 4. Now you're just making even more profit, which leads you to number 5. And number 5 is systemizing the entire thing. You want to buy back your time. You don't want to become locked into like, oh, I have 2 full-time jobs because I made a side hustle that is just as intense as my full-time job. So I'm basically working 9 to 5 and then 5 to 9 or even worse, right? Like you don't want to just keep working. You want to make systems that free you up so that way you can enjoy your life, rack in a bunch of money, get totally wealthy, and live the life that you deserve. But the most important secret that I'm sharing with you, because you're still here with me in the video, and if you are, drop me a comment down below. Let me know you're serious. Just say, I'm serious. I'm going to give you a like and a heart. I might even comment back if you leave me a question. Because the biggest secret is consistency, whether you love to hear that or not. I've learned many hard lessons over my life, and I got to say that the consistent stuff that I do is what pays the most. And that's how you get into something that you can systemize. All right, it's time for your 30, 60, 90-day plan. I want to see the comment section light up as you not only get started with your idea, you also share your updates 30, 60, and 90. And if you use hosting or Horizons, I will approve if you share your website with us. You know, a lot of times I don't allow links in the comments, but as long as you have something legitimate that's not scammy or violates terms of service, I will approve that comment, so that other people can check out your gig and what you're up to as well. But let's start with day 1, which is today. You need to make sure that you write a 2-sentence offer and price. What is it? What is it that you want to do? What do you want to create? And how much do you think you're going to price that for? Day 1 to 30, you're going to build it, you're going to promote it, and you're going to try to sell at least 3 customers. Remember, the AI engine can build all of this for you. It makes it super easy. That leads you to day 31 to 60. Raise your price because at this point you should be adding more value. Maybe 20% is appropriate depending on if you continue to add that value, you're listening to the feedback, and you're taking action on that feedback for anybody that joined you early on. And then day 61 to 90, continue to improve your product, but also replace one low ROI, return on investment task with something that you might be able to sub out to somebody. Maybe you could find somebody on Fiverr to help you. Maybe you could outsource some customer service or something like that. And in that way, you can start focusing on the bigger things that continue to help you scale up that business. This is a very aggressive 90-day plan. But just like anything, 90 days can absolutely change your life. It did for me, and I want it to happen for you as well. If you're starting late or you're starting over, this is your wake-up call. This is your advantage. Don't wait 45 more years. Don't just go through life investing $500 and hoping someday you'll get there. Find the avenues that generate income like I did with side hustles. Scale up your income, find awesome ways to do it, and man, you're gonna let the compounding do the rest. Make sure you comment down below, let me know, keep me posted on your journey. Make sure you check out this video next, and we'll see you on the next video.